From Spain, a woman who chose to be on the front lines against the Israeli occupation for Palestine, and she's still fighting for its freedom. The retired nurse and human rights activist. Welcome, Lucia Mazarrasa Alvier.
Thank you for telling me stay here with you. I am very glad to see you and to stay with you this evening.
Thank you, Madame Lucia. And I think actually this is going to be a very interesting interview because you have a lot of information and a lot of activities in order for supporting Palestine. But first of all, tell us about your story with Palestine, how and when it's begun.
Well, I think when I was a child, my mother told me once that she has been to Palestinian when Palestine was under British mandate, and she was very upset because she knew how the police treat the Palestinian people on the streets. The police went on in the horses and they beat people in the street, and she was very upset for that. And when I was a child, she told me this story. And then I said, why, mother? It's very injustice. If people is just walking in the street, why they should be beaten by the police, no? And maybe these things stay in my head. And later on my life, I've been fighting for the rights of women. Okay. And I found some people who is fighting for the Palestinian freedom. And I always thought that the paradigm of injustice was what happened to Palestinians in the 1948. That was the year I was born. So maybe it's something.
There's some connections. The connection. You are 76 years old, the age of Nakba.
Yes, because it's the 7th year of the Nakba, no?
Yeah.
And these things I learned later, when I was later. But also in Spain, because we live a lot of years under a dictator, but this dictator was didn't recognize the Israel state. And we grew up in this mentality, no? Palestinian was the real people that have the right to have their country, Palestinian, no? And later on in my life, I met people that they were more activist in Palestinian freedom. And so I start reading and learning. And some years ago, I belong to a feminist association in Spain that we fight for the rights of women. And we were invited to visit Palestinian with another association of women artists against violence against women. And I accepted because always I wanted to come and to know and to be in Palestinian, no?
Okay.
And
this was your dream?
Yes, and that was in 2009. And we traveled to Palestinian, to West Bank, because at that moment we couldn't go to Gaza anymore because it was already the blockade. But we make a trip and we met a lot of women in Palestinian and also a lot of associations in Palestinian. And we have a meeting with I can't remember very well the name, the association, but it was the National Association of Women in West Bank. And we meet together and we kind of we share the problems we have, like Spanish women, and we share with the problems that as women, Palestinian women have, no? But we realize that we work in very similar ways, no?
How?
Well, our aims were to stop violence against women, to have rights for women, rights to work, rights to do whatever they can do it, and also to have economic situation better, just to be independent, no? And this is, of course, there are a lot of difference because of the culture, of the economic society, and economic development of the countries. But the problems are very similar, you know. Even we have to fight in a situation, and the Palestinian women, of course, they have the occupation, and for them, the first thing is to stop the occupation of Palestinian. No? But it was very, very important. And then I have some friends that I've been activist in another humanitarian activism, like not humanitarian, just more rights for people, no? Like, for example, when the blockade of Iraq, we went to Iraq to stop the blockade in Iraq.
Okay.
Then I went also to Nicaragua when the Sandinists were in the government and they want to finish the dictatorship they had in Nicaragua. Sorry. So I met a lot of people, you know, doing this kind of political work, activist political. And so I met some of the people who now that right now we are working in this Freedom Flotilla coalition. And in Spain, we are called Rumbo a Gaza, the way to Gaza. And these people is in this association, in this campaign. I've met some of them. I know them since many years ago, just because I was activist for the freedom of Iraqi people, and others were with Palestinian. I met more people like this, and so we met a lot of time in the demonstrations, in the streets, and so.
So you are fighting for the justice for all over the world, actually, not just for Palestinian people.
Well, right now I am more in Palestinian.
Okay,
Just
you are focusing on the Palestinian issue.
You cannot do a lot of things, you know. Women's and Palestinian is my activism more.
But we have to go back to your visiting to Palestine in 2009, as you said. So tell us about your feelings and the most important thing that's affected you at that time in Palestine.
Well, I was scandalized because the treatment the Israeli people and the police made to the Palestinian people, no? For example, the humiliation in the checkpoints, the humiliation all over in the streets. No, when we went to Jerusalem, Al-Quds, we could see the streets. The Israeli people, they went in the middle of the street, putting down inside the Palestinian people. It was terrible. I think it was terrible how the treatment they did to the Palestinian population. No. And for example, when we went to Hebron, to see, it was horrible because there were soldiers in the top of the buildings with the
guns.
With the guns, looking at people in the streets. It was terrible. I think they are living in a situation very, very bad, and it's humiliating all the time. Very bad treat the Palestinian people, no. And for me, it was terrible when we visit Hebron, for example, the old city, because the Spanish cooperation has rebuilt the old area. There was very nice shops where I buy some things, and my scarf, my kufiyya, and people there was like the Israeli people that live in the floor, up the floor, they threw to the people in the street rubbish. It was terrible. They have to put some, ¿cómo se dice redes? Some protection.
Okay.
Because they threw to the street, to the Palestinian streets, rubbish,
Okay.
And they I think it's humiliating all the time. They treat very badly, and I think I really I admire how Palestinian resist all this situation, and still they are very people that when you go with them to them, they take you and they are very kind and they give you everything they have.
They have a lot of hospitality.
Oh, hospitality.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Even the situation, it was, I thought terrible. It's very injustice. Do you understand?
And especially for the Palestinian women's situation in Palestine, because you met a lot of women there, and you reported the violations that they are facing from the occupation. So, what did you see about that?
Well, we see every day in the streets, no, and what they told us, no, for the women's, the first thing is to stop the occupation. That's the first aim, no? Sometimes people in the West side, in our countries, don't understand very well because they think, no, but you have to fight before you, yourself, like women. Yes, but you cannot have freedom as women if you don't have freedom as a people, as a country, no? So we have to explain this to the Spanish, in this case, the Spanish people or the Spanish women.
Okay.
Because, of course, there are a lot of problems. They have problems like we have in Spain, no? Violence, prostitution. There are the salary are the work are worse, you know.
Okay.
But even the education now is good now for women in Spain, no. But we have to fight to have more visibility in the society.
Yes.
And that's all over the world the same thing. But the difference is we are not colonized yet, you know.
Yet.
But Palestinians, yes, they are under a colonization state, and they are very injustice. It's very injustice.
Also, we have to say that because you are 76 years old, you actually experiencing a lot of periods in Spain, and that's why you know what is the meaning of injustice and what is the meaning of resistance.
Yes.
To take the justice, actually. Mm-hmm. So, what do you say about that?
Well, I think the justice is the Palestinians have to be in their land and in their country. Mm-hmm. And they have people who has gone away, they were refugees. They have to go back and to take again their lands and their houses because they belong to them, you know. So that's what I think, not only for people who is now in Palestine, but also the Palestinians who are outside, they have the right to go back if they want. No, because I have some friends, Palestinian friends, and they cannot go to Palestinian now. They can stay in Jordan, and the family goes to Jordan to see them, but they cannot go inside Palestinian. Why? It's injustice. I can imagine I can go to my city where I was born. Why not? I can do it. Why Palestinians cannot do it? That it's incredible. You see, you have to put examples, very simple examples, to people in Spain or all over the world, to know and to say, what do you think if you are taken out of your house, out of your city, out of your land, and when you want to go back, you cannot. It's very injustice, this. And we have to talk of this situation of Palestinian people, or about Palestinian refugees, to our family, to our friends, to all around as much as we can, no? So people think the injustice is leaving Palestine. And right now, is more than injustice. It's just a genocide, and we have to stop this.
Yes. Let us know about the discussions that you are doing in Spain, actually, between you and other people about the situation of Palestine.
Well, there is a situation that, unfortunately, the media are very saying, 7th of October, it has been a terrorist activity from Hamas. And we said, no, it's not 7th of September. It's from before
It's not
1938.
October, yeah.
The history, you have to know. Yeah. We have to know the history. Otherwise, you don't have the elements to judge anything.
Yes.
And we said, it's not, it's the resistance, It's like, and I put the example. In the 19th century, the country of Spain was invaded by the French with Napoleon, the great emperor of Napoleon. Okay. And the people of Spain fight against Napoleon.
It's a resistance.
Yes, to have their independence. And
yes.
We call this the Day of Independence of Spain. Still, is the 2nd of May in Madrid. It's a big festivity, because we have the festivity of the independence. And it's very normal. Every country, every people want to have their independence and their own country free of invasion and colonize.
Yes.
No? And that's why we have, it's so simple. I saw also for Palestinians, they want to be free. They want to have their land, their houses, their country. And once they have their country, they can choose if they want this government or other government, but it's their problem.
Okay.
And we can choose in Spain if we want this government or this politician or this political party. And Palestinians, they have to do the same as we do.
So there's some conversion between the historical situation in Spain and the situation now in Palestine.
Yes, it's not similar, but it's a little similar because it was in the 19th century, many years ago. But I think we have to remind our own history and to know what we have done. And that it's better to understand what Palestinians want. No, when people say no, but Palestinian they are committing terrorism. No, they are not committing terrorism. They are fighting for their freedom, which is different.
Okay.
And also, in the international law, it's very clear that populations that are invaded and colonized by others, they have the right to fight. It's very easy. And then we have to change the mind of the people. But we have to fight also with the big media system, because they are very, very...
This is the most critical
point. It's one of the critical points.
Okay. How did you fight the media system?
Well, we fight when we organize activities, conferences, meetings with people. For example, I give you a little example.
Okay.
Last summer, in a little village in the middle of Spain, the professors of the school asked us to come to explain the students what is happening in Palestine, why we fight for Palestine, why Palestine should be free. So I went there and I explained to the students. They didn't know anything.
Okay.
Just one asked me, why do you think you are doing boycott to
the Israeli products, for example?
Yes. Well, it's there is food and things like this, no? Because his student has heard we are doing boycott to. I cannot remember now the name of this. Cafeteria is like,
okay.
and
I got it, yeah.
McDonald's, for example, no? And we said, because McDonald's is supporting Israeli, is supporting the colonization, is supporting the killing of Palestinian people. So we have to boycott this.
Okay.
Because he has said, why you don't want to go to McDonald's, for example, no, or to another thing? And we said, because this big business are supporting the Zionists. And then, Zionists, but they are Jews. Yes, but we have to explain which is Zionist and which is to be Jews. I am a Catholic. I am not presenting myself as Catholic. I say I am Spanish, but I don't say I am Catholic or Christian. You know? Why Jews have to present them like because of the religion? You present yourself as Palestinian, but not because of your religion. Then I am from a country, and maybe I have a religion, or I don't practice the religion. But I don't say I am a Christian or I am a Catholic. When you present, you ask me where you come from, and I said I am from Spain.
Also, actually, there's a differences between the Jewish people and the Zionists, and actually, we are fighting against the Zionists, not against the Jewish people.
And then we have to explain all these things.
Yeah.
What does it mean, Zionism? Zionism is a movement that wants to take all of the land and to put out Palestinians from their land. This is Zionism, no? And so we have to explain to the people. That's what that means. And it's totally different to be anti-Semitic or or we are not against the Jew people. We are against the Zionist people. Maybe they are Jews or maybe they are not, because there are a lot of people, they are Zionist, even they are not Jews.
So this is kind of the weirdness battle that you are facing and fighting for in Spain. And also we know that there's a large movements, Spanish movements that supporting Palestine. And this is many years ago, before 7th October.
Yes, of course.
So let's explain that.
Yes, there are a lot of movement, because I think it's a traditional in Spain, no, right now, and there is a big platform that organize all the different associations that there are in Spain. Maybe there are not all, but many of the more important. And which is important, this platform is called ResCop. They join a lot of associations. And some they have they want to stop the colonization of Palestine. They want to fight for the Palestinian and to make justice for Palestinian. They have their own country, and they have to decide what they want. You know, and also we have platforms like. We are also with the BDS boycott the disinvestment
BDS
movement. We also, there is a big mobilization with BDS, that's what we call.
Yeah.
And we, in the platform where we are, me now in Rumbo Agatha, we also share this BDS, and also I have friends in other activists that are fighting. They are very active in BDS situation, and also we are denouncing some business, Spanish business, that they are doing business with Zionists in occupied in the occupied territories in Palestine. So we are denouncing this business. For example, there is a business in Spain, an industry that is building trains to do a train in Al-Quds, in Jerusalem, that pass through the Palestinian occupied territories. So we said, you cannot do that. It's not, he's prohibited to do business in occupied territories. And we are demanding this business not to do that. And we say to the government, you have to take care. These people cannot do that because it's against the law, and you cannot do that. And we are fighting also in this way.
You're still fighting.
Some people
is there
fighting.
some good results?
It's very hard because there are a lot of low tricks, like this. But at least also some workers' movements are also doing this kind of thing.
Yeah.
We are also in contact with some workers' organizations, even the ones workers that are in this business. We are telling them what is happening with the business. No, they are building something is wrong in the territory occupied.
Let's explain more about the boycott movements, because there's a very important campaign. It's called A Space Free from Apartheid.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just on the level of people, it's on the level of cities.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about that.
Well, there was a movement in Spain some years ago that a lot of town halls and cities went in this movement.
Okay.
But there was a reaction of Spanish Zionists, and they went to the law and said, "This is illegal. You take your city out of." You cannot do your city boycott to Israel.
Okay.
It's not in the law, in the institution, in the public institution, no. And so these cities have to, the signature they have done, they are free of apartheid. They have to go back because the law said, the Zionists said, is anti-law. This is not good for the law, no, for the Spanish law. So right now, in some institution, public institution like town hall, majors, and cities, they cannot do that anymore. But we do that for example, there are a lot of movements when we go in demonstrations with big panels and say boycott Israel, BDS, boycott to Israel, boycott some products, and we tell people which products they don't have to buy, or which business they don't go to buy, like a supermarket, for example, not to go to some supermarkets that we know they are supporting Israelis, no, and they are supporting the colonization. So we said, people, don't go to this supermarket.
Okay.
Or maybe when we know there is some product in a supermarket, like orange, for example, if they come from occupied territories, we said, don't sell this orange.
Okay.
Don't buy it. No, and we have to denounce to this supermarket, you can't do that, because it's a product coming from the occupied territories, and they say this from Israel. It's not good. For example, once we knew that there are some travel agencies, they were announcers travel to Israel, and it was not Israel, were Palestinian people, and there were Palestinian cities, and there were occupied territories. But the travel agencies sell the travel like if they were to Israel. And we said, no, your publicity is wrong. It's not like this. And so we wrote to the Ministry of Tourism to to demand them to these agencies, you have to change your publicity. You cannot say it's Israel. You have to say it's occupied territories of Palestinian.
Okay.
Yes, and the Ministry of Tourism has to answer us officially. Yes, we are going to do that. We are going to say to these agencies they have to change. This is a little example, no? But
And there was some changes and some good results. For example, in Barcelona, what happened in Barcelona?
What happened in Barcelona? Barcelona, you mind about BDS apartheid?
Yeah.
Well, in Barcelona, what happened is like in other cities, I think more than 50 cities sign up this free of apartheid.
Okay.
But because of the Spanish law, the Zionists said the cities cannot do that because it's against the law. So it was something not very good done. But even officially, they cannot say we are not going to have relations with Israel, or we are going to be boycott to Israel. Legally, they cannot do it, but they can do, for example, in Barcelona, the previous mayor said the city of Barcelona broke relations with Israel.
Okay.
But right now, the government has changed because of the elections, and I think they have restored the relations.
So you are still fighting for that?
But, for example, this year, when the flotilla has come to Spain, we went to the institutions, for example, to the town halls, to the mayors of the town halls. We asked them not to have relation with Israel.
Okay.
Maybe the town halls, the small cities, they don't have any relations because they don't have a university or they don't have business or like the town hall, you know. But we let them to be aware that if in case something or sometimes or whatever, don't do that, please. For example, this year, all the public university in Spain, the director of the university, the authority of the university,
Okay.
all the authorities of the university, which is a big commission in Spain, they wrote a paper saying that they will not support not the terrorism, not the genocide. And everybody said, oh, okay, very good, the directors of the university. But we said, no, you cannot put the same, in the same balance, terrorism and genocide. It's not terrorism, it's a resistance.
Okay.
Oh, no, but it was very good, the writing of the directors of the university. Yes, but it's good, but it's not enough good. Because you put in the same balance terrorism, which is not terrorism, which is resistance.
Okay.
So if you are not aware of these things, people think, oh, it's very good. Our public university are doing a lot of things. No, be careful.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yes. Also, you know, a lot of people that working on the campaign for recognition of state of Palestine. This is, I think, very good campaigns, and there's a lot of struggles these people are still facing. So tell us about that.
The struggle in Spain, you say? Or
no? First of all, I'm asking about a group of people that are working on the campaign for recognition of state of Palestine.
Oh, yes. There was a group doing this campaign, but now the government of Spain and the state of Spain has recognized the Palestinian state. But we think it's a very good notice, it's a very good thing, no? But in the situation of Palestinian and the people of Palestinian and the situation because of the aggressive colonization and the aggressive war Israel is doing, the genocide is doing in Gaza and also in the West Bank, the things that they are killing people also in West Bank and throwing people out of their lands. No, we think it's not enough. We have to. It's a very good thing, and in Europe, in the European Union, there are all three countries. They have recognized the Palestinian state, which is Ireland and Norway, I think. Belgium, maybe not yet, but it's not enough because we have relations, economic and cultural, and economic and military relations with Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And we ask not to be to break these relations because they are colonizing and doing a genocide. So we ask people, we ask the activists, we ask to break relations. Of course, the government is not doing that. It has done something important, is that recognize the state of Palestine. But what is the state of Palestine right now with the situation? Is something, it's not enough.
Yeah.
So also we are asking, there are ships coming through the Mediterranean Sea that bring arms to Israel. Arms, no?
Mm-hmm.
And these ships stop in the Spanish ports.
Yeah.
So we have asked the government, no, they cannot be in the Spanish port because they are putting arms.
Ships, yeah.
So the Spanish government said, okay, we are not leaving. We have some of these ships. They don't stop anymore in Spain, 3 or 4 ships. But now United States is amenazar. They say to Spain, careful, we are going to investigate you. If you don't leave the ships going to the port of Spain, maybe we are not going to leave you the ships, the Spain, to go to the United States.
Okay.
They are selling that to the government. Be careful. So it's a very pressing. The United States is doing this. Did I explain me?
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
So it's and people think, we have to do more. But United States with a democratic government is threatening us, threatening the Spanish government. Maybe be careful. If you going on in this way, maybe we are going to stop the relations of
between
shipping
Spain and United
Spain.
States.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe a lot of people think that because you are in Spain, in Europe, you have a freedom of speech somehow, so it's easy to work on these activities in order to supporting Palestine. But actually, in the real life, there's a lot of struggles that you are face and live. So tell us exactly about these struggles.
Well, for example, of course, when we do things in the streets, demonstration, manifestation, concentration, so you have to get permission of the delegation of the government of the city, whatever city is. But if you are a small group, it doesn't need to have.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, there are groups that they go to the street and they stay there 1 hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours with Palestinian flags and big with photographs and pictures and so on, and we give people some leaflets to show what is happening, how much the people is killed, how much boys, girls, women, men, how much people are blessed. They are So how many hospitals have been destroyed, how many schools have been destroyed, the really situation. No? And we explain this to the people who approach us and say, why you are here, what you are doing, and some curious people. And so we start talking to them and we let them know. No? But it's a very small action. But I think we need also to feel that we are doing something.
Yes.
We cannot stay at home watching TV and saying, oh, it's very bad what they are doing. We have to do something
You
also.
feel that
Even it's a little
responsibility.
thing, we need to do. We need that we have to feel. We need to feel that we are doing something, even it's very few.
And actually, you choose a very hard way because you are now a member of Freedom Flotilla.
Mm-hmm.
You started to be a member with them since 2018, I think.
Right.
So I think this is a very dangerous way and a very an important turning point.
Yes.
Tell us about this experience.
Well, the experience was for me, was very important.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, but I think the most important is that how much people you get around myself that they know this situation, no? Because maybe it's so far away that people doesn't imagine what is going on in the reality, no? So the people is in the flotilla in Spain asked me if I want to go there, and I said, okay, if you think I can do something, I can go, no? And what we went, we sailed from Norway to all ports in Europe, and we sailed from Palermo in Sicily Island to Gaza. We were in a little boat, a fisherman boat. The idea was to reach Gaza and to leave our boat to the sailors of Gaza.
Okay.
No? That
For
was
breaking
the idea.
The siege.
Yes, to break the siege. That was the most point, no? And also to do all explanations in the media, in the ports about why people know. Maybe they don't know very well what is a siege, no, and what is the situation of the people in Gaza.
Yeah.
And so, what in this travel, what we do is just to when we arrive to the ports, to meet with people, activist people in the ports, and we support each other, no? And the flotilla is coming, they are going to break the siege. And so we start again talking about that. Local medias or national medias, maybe they come and ask us, no? What you are going there, no? And we explain that we go to break the siege, no? But at that moment, we have 20 people on the boat. We were from all over the cities, all over the country. So there were some people from New Zealand, from Canada, from the United States, from France, from Sweden. Mm-hmm. Finland,
all over the world.
Spanish, yes, a lot of people. Yeah. From Morocco, there was Al Jazeera coming, press, the press also, and Singapore, Malaysia, a little people. We were 20, but everyone was from one country, no? And then we sailed for 7 days until Gaza. And when we arrived, about more or less, I was in the wheel, in the boat at that moment, and we start hearing something noises in the. What is this? and start a voice saying, "Where are you going? Where are you going? Who are you?" We ask her, "Who are you?"
Israeli army.
Yes, and they said, "We are the army." And they said, "Okay, we are a boat that will go to Gaza. We are free and we want to go to Gaza." "No, no, you cannot go." "Yes, we are in international waters, so we can go." And suddenly they said, "No, you have to stop, you go back." And we said, "No, we have the right, we're in the international waters, and we can go to Gaza. We don't want to go to Israel. We have nothing to do with Israel. We are civilian people, we are freedom people, we want peace people, we are volunteers, and we are not violent people. We are against violence, so let us go." And they said, "No, no, no, you cannot go." Okay, And then suddenly we were surrounded by the army, and they came in our boat, and then they took the government of the boat.
Okay.
Even they beat the people, some people and they
beat some international volunteers.
Yes, all of us were international volunteers.
Okay.
Even the captain and the crew were all volunteers. All of us.
Okay.
There were also two Israeli people there.
But they are against Zionism.
Yes,
yeah.
They are against Zionism, against colonization and against occupation. Yes.
Okay. And the Israeli army arrested you at that time?
Yes, the army, the Israeli army came and go into our boat, and they beat some of us, and they kidnapped us. And we went and they drove us to the port of Israel, Ashdod port. And when we arrived there, they were waiting for us, the police, the army, the police, and so. And they took our papers and our luggage out, and they put in jail for 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
And then they put us in the planes to every country, our countries.
How was your feelings at that time?
Because we have the experience of others' navigations in the past. In 2010, the Mavi Marmara boat was attacked,
Yeah.
and was the assassination, the killing of people, 10 people, 9, and also that other than like.
That's why it's a big decision actually to be with the Freedom Flotilla.
Yeah, and then in the following years that we have the navigation, the sailing, there was not. There were attacks, but only beaten people or kidnapped them, the boats, no. But and they put in jail. And then 2 days or 3 days after, they put in the plane to our country, each one. We had this experience, but we for that is always something you are maybe afraid. I don't think we were not afraid, indeed.
Really?
No, I don't think no. Maybe when you think later about that, but at that moment you are not afraid, because we knew, because the experience other trips, things went like this, no, the kidnapping and go to the jail, but we didn't expect, because we always said not to be aggressive against the soldiers, not to be just.
You know how to deal with the soldiers.
To be calm, not provocating them, and not to answer, not to say anything, not to accept no water, no food from them, nothing.
Okay.
and yeah, and that's why. So we were prepared for that, no? Of course, you get a little nervous, but nothing.
But
nothing.
when the Israeli soldiers deciding to kill people, they don't need anything of these. So even you are being calm or not, and they decided to kill you, they're gonna do it.
Yes, but at that moment, because the experience of other sailings were like this, maybe we thought nothing very grave or they are going to do. No, nothing. No.
Okay.
But okay, that's why. And when we arrived to the Israeli port, we start shouting, "Free, free Palestine!
Okay.
Free, free Palestine!" And in the deck, there were some police, army people. They look at us, but they don't treat very well. No, you know.
So,
But
Lucia,
the important is if we are treated like this. We are foreign people from countries.
yes.
What the treatment of Palestinians is terrible. So
Mm-hmm.
for us, it's nothing.
Yeah, and
Do
you
you
are
remember?
civilian people.
We're
And
civilian people, and civilian Palestinians are
yeah.
suffering a lot.
Okay, so the story of attacking the Freedom Flotilla in 2010, Mavi Marmara, and even that you decided to be a member of Freedom Flotilla. You know the challenges.
Yes, maybe I decide personally. I decide that because there are so many people they want to go, and they select me to go there, and I was proud indeed.
Okay.
But this
How
is
was
not
the preparation? I know that the
preparation.
preparation
Yes,
be secret in secret way.
the preparation was the organization in Spain, the campaign in Spain called me. You want to go?
Okay.
And I said, okay, I can go. Yes, of course. For me, I'm proud to be there, no? But it's fantastic to you can do something, even a symbolic thing for the freedom of Palestinians. But of course, we had training to go.
Yes.
We went through a training how to should behave when the Israeli army come, to be calm, not to be aggressive, just no answer, not telling them anything, even only just I am Lucia and not any else. You know,
Okay.
that's you don't want to talk with them if they say us or they offer us something not to accept. Because we have our food, our water, it's not necessary to have what they do, no? Because they film everything, our reactions, because they want to present to Israeli people that, look at these people, is in the middle of the sea, we are rescuing them. No, it's not. This is not the truth. The truth is that we are going to break the seas.
Okay.
But after that, I felt more compromise with the flotilla. So at that moment, they asked me to go to do some conferences to explain what is the situation of Palestinian, a little of the history, what was the experience, what was the aims of the flotilla, and they support us, support the campaign. That's what we are looking for. So we raise some economic money to can do all the activities. No.
Okay, and you're still thinking about going to Gaza by Freedom Flotilla?
Well, me not now, because I've been there. There are a lot of people who wants to go.
Okay.
So I think we have to share. I cannot go. Okay. I've been there already.
Okay.
And now we know it's going to be very dangerous. And people has to be aware right now, because the escalate of war, the escalate of genocide, and what is going on not only in Gaza, also in West Bank and Lebanon, and now in Syria. We think the situation is much worse. Every time it's worse and worse. And the danger is really a danger. But I think there are a lot of people, and in the meeting of today, we have seen there are a lot of people all over the world that they want to go to Gaza to break the siege. Even the danger is there. So they are aware of the danger and they will accept to go. And we make it very clear, the ones they are going next year, that the danger is there, it's a real danger. The situation is not like years before. Now it's completely different. So, but even though people know that and want to go to Gaza to break the siege. And what is important is to make to show that the siege is there, the genocide is there, and we have to do something. Even if it's a symbolic thing, like going with a little boat or 2 little boats to Gaza. But it's important not to forget what is going on. No, and to have clear that our objective is break the siege, stop the genocide, and freedom for Palestinians. That's the 3 things we have to keep in mind.
While we are witnesses on this terrible genocide, how do you feel, Lucia?
Well, I feel very bad. It's impossible not to be bad.
How's your life now? Is there something changed in your life after 7th October?
I feel more furious. I feel furious. I feel the injustice is terrible, and I feel we have to do something, anything, even little things, and we cannot stop doing things. But I think what is going on in Palestine is I cannot even believe it. Because we see we have friends that send us pictures and photographs and help, and we know that because it's in the media and it's in the Instagram and TikTok and all over, no. And even though it's so terrible what we are seeing, it's so that even it's difficult to accept is going on this tragedy, no, this genocide. And so, I feel very, very, very bad because of that. No, I think we have to still going and to convince more people, to mobilize more people, and to pressure our governments and to pressure our politicians to do something, no, to stop the genocide.
What Palestine changed in you?
Excuse me, repeat again.
What Palestine changed in you? Changed.
Me?
Yeah.
What Palestinian?
Yeah. Oh. Is there something changed in yourself because of Palestine?
Well, I think for me, as I tell you, when you can explain what is injustice, I put the example of Palestine.
Okay.
If you can describe what the injustice in the world is, for me, is the case of Palestine. This is the injustice. It's very easy to appreciate this, no? And as I said, if you have what does it mean injustice? And I said the situation of Palestine. This is injustice, and we have to work to stop the genocide, of course, to break the siege, because we want to live in a world with justice, not with peace. First justice, and then peace.
Yes.
That's what I think.
Yes. Thank you so much, Lucia, actually, for these feelings and for your activities for Palestine. Thank you.
No, thank you to you. And I have to thanks Palestinian, because Palestinians show us a lot of things. They show me a lot of things. What is solidarity? What is to fight for justice? And I think it's a lesson Palestinian gave to me.
Okay, maybe one day we're gonna go together to Palestine.
Okay, we hope.
We
Thank
hope
you.
that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.